What's going on, everybody? It's Cole. In this video, I'm going to give you some massive tips to help you through PvP, starting from the beginning up to the more advanced tips. So definitely stay tuned for the rest of the video. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we are here in Windsor right now. We're just chilling. We're vibing. There's a lot of people. As you can see, we're definitely dropping some frames over here. But it's all good. It's very, very nice to see so many people here. Windsor is one of the most populated cities in pretty much almost every server, unless it's like a server completely owned by some content creator or something like that. But in general, Windsor is the most lively. So if you definitely want to feel like you're playing with other people, even though pretty much in this game you see people pretty much everywhere, like anywhere you go, even in the farthest that you could go in the map, in the corner, like somewhere way out here, you will definitely still find people, surprisingly enough. So anyways, PvP. Now the 6 items that I'm going to talk about later in the video are going to be absolutely crucial, so make sure you watch all the way to the end. So PvP in New World is very simple. When we start from the game, by default you are in PvE. If you want to go into PvP, you are going to press up on the D-pad. It's going to bring up your interactive little menu here, but you're actually not going to press any of that. You're actually going to press LT, you can see that over on the left side, or L2, and then you are going to be flagged or disable flag. So what that basically is by default your flag is going to be disabled. It's going to be PvE, so nobody can just kill you when you're out running around doing quests, gathering, things like that. By flagging it, that means that it's pretty much the opposite. So as soon as you run out of a sanctuary, protection timer will start. If you look at the bottom left hand corner, it'll start ticking down, and by the time it gets down to 0, you'll be flagged. So anybody that you see with red, pretty much swords, just how the icon looks, are people that you're gonna fight. Now you're not gonna be able to fight your own faction, which is another thing. You do have to be into a faction in order to flag for PvP. Otherwise you can't. By default, you just won't be able to. So there we go. 2, 1, 0, and there we go. So I'm now flagged for PvP, so people can see the red on my character and I can see the red on theirs, and then you can choose whether or not you want to engage into a fight or not. Now the other way that you can engage in PvP without it being pretty much all the time is you could go to a player. This guy looks like they left their computer, but thankfully they're not flagged for PvP, so nobody can just go over there and kill him. But you would basically click right on the D-pad, hold it down, and it'll bring up a little menu. From here, you can choose to duel a player. Now, whenever you do duel a player, you can also duel the group. So if they're in a party with some friends, you can choose to basically do a party duel, which is pretty sick. Otherwise, you can duel a one-on-one with that player. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about the 6 items I talked about earlier in the video that are absolutely crucial for PvP, not only as you're exploring, but primarily more in the competitive PvP scene, with that being either war or arenas 3v3. So you might have already seen them in the bottom left already, but these are going to be 4 of them. And now I'm going to specifically talk about arenas, but this could apply outside of arenas as well. Some of this at least. Is you're going to want to have the infused health potion. Now this is the highest tiered health potion you can have. You need to be at least level 55 to have this, and I recommend if you go into PvP, especially competitive PvP, you need to at least be level 55 to actually stand a chance. I guess more realistically you need to be max level, because you're probably going to be going against a ton of sweats. But anyways, this is going to be the tier 5 health potion. This is, like I said, the maximum health potion in the game. You're going to want to 100% have this. The next thing you want to have, and this is going to be according to whatever type of build that you're playing. So if you're playing a more strength focused build, then banana bread is going to be huge. If you're playing more of an intelligence, so like magic and things like that, then maybe a food like this, the roasted rabbits with seasoned vegetables. There's a ton of different ones, but this is just a tier 5 as well. Meal that's going to give you a ton of extra stats. So 44 plus 44 strength for 40 minutes. So that's going to be huge, right? Because that's going to scale your weapons up. It's going to scale your armor up. It's going to scale whatever scales with that, right? So it's going to be huge for damage. It's going to be huge for a lot of different things. You're going to want to have something like this in your arsenal when you're going into PvP. The next absolutely crucial thing that you're going to need is an infused regeneration potion. Now this is going to restore 240 health plus 0.7% of your maximum health and mana per second for 10 seconds. Now, that's going to be a lot. People with a lot of health may not seem like that much, but going into the fight and maybe coming out of a fight, it's going to be huge to be able to heal like that, which also goes in tandem with the next thing. It's going to be the Hearthy meal, the girthy boy, the girthy boy. All right, so this is going to recover your health for 220 health per second for 20 seconds, and the recovery stops if damage is taken. Additionally, recover 1% of your health every 2.5 seconds for 40 minutes. So you're going to initially get a massive health boost, the 220 health per second for 20 seconds. As soon as you get hit, that goes away, but you will continue recovering 1% of your health every 2.5 seconds for 40 minutes. So that's going to be massive. All these you absolutely need so far, without a doubt. Now, the next two are going to be absolutely crucial for damage and damage absorption. So this is going to be the powerful honing stone. It's going to increase your weapon damage by 7% for 40 minutes. Huge buff, massive buff, especially if you're already doing a ton of damage. Like this, I'm doing 1716 with this flail. I'm doing 1201, still working on the flail, so don't really look at that one for anything. But if we look at our great axe, 1926 is absolutely wild. Some of our blender busters are even stronger than the one we already have in there, and things of that nature. So definitely keep honing stone in your arsenal. You're gonna need this 1,000,000,000%. The next thing we're going to have is the final tier 5. Out of all the tier 5s that we've shown in this video, it's going to be the powerful essence. Now, this is gonna increase your resistance to all inflictions by 50 for 30 minutes. Massive for this one, and I believe that's it. You are gonna need to be level 60. Banana bread 61. So at 61, I guess for this specific build that I'm talking about, you want to be at least 61. Ideally, like I said, you want to be max level. If you're trying to get into competitive PvP in any capacity, you're going to want to be max level. I mean, you can have these cost a lot of resources. So this is a tier 5 level 60. It's the best that you could get. You could get this tier 4 strong essence, will replace the powerful essence. You can also buy these at the shop for various prices. I'm not going to show you the price in this video. Every server is going to be different, but generally you'll see these anywhere from 400 to 1,000. It's a huge range, but that is what it is. Now, a lot of the infused health potions used to be really expensive relaunch, but now you can find them pretty cheap for around 10 to 20 on average, from what I've seen, at least in my server and a few others, based on my old character. So again, you are going to need all 6 of these if you want to stand a chance at all in PvP. Everybody uses these, and the way that you use them pretty much is right before the match starts. So maybe 20 minutes before the actual match starts, you're gonna pop your powerful honing stone. You're going to pop your powerful essence. You're gonna eat your girthy meal. You're gonna eat your banana bread or whatever food that's going to boost your weapon type attribute, and then you are gonna be chilling on the infused regeneration potion and the infused health potion. Now, the cool thing about Arena 3v3 is that you get an infinite amount of these, so you really only need one. See, I only have one banana bread left, but it won't matter in the actual competitive 3v3 arena because I'll have an infinite amount. You have infinite amounts of all of them, and they don't actually consume while you're in arena, so you'll still have them when you come back outside and you're just chilling. So yeah, so you would pop those 4 right before you get into the fight, and then you'll have these 2 on standby to use as you need them. Now, keep in mind, you can use these multiple times again. So the reason why you'd want to is you would want to get that recovery bonus of 220 health. You wouldn't actually necessarily want to eat this again. That really has no purpose, but obviously you'll be cycling in between these 3 like while you're actually in the midst of the fight. So keep that in mind. 100% crucial. It's what everybody's going to be doing, and if you want to stand any chance in competitive PvP, arena, wars, etc., you're going to need to be doing these things. It's just the way it is. Now, in this video, I don't want to go ahead and go over, meta builds or anything like that. There's a ton of different builds that you could potentially have, right? And I don't even have the best build. My gear score is only 658. There's definitely people that are in there with the 700s. This is the only 700 item that I have that I'm currently trying to build up, trying to figure out whether or not it's something I want. I still need to do the quest for them. But I could get into that in another video. I can get into actual PvP games in another video as well. Now, when you do go into Arena, all of your stats are maxed out to 700, so that is something to note. But obviously, the attributes that they have are going to be huge. So if you want me to make another video going over the types of attributes that you should have for your weapons, for, you know, for what like a competitive PvP build might actually look like, let me know down in the comments, and I'll go ahead and grind up some gear, get a pretty solid build going, and then share that in a video. So just let me know again down in the comments below. Guys, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like down below, comment thoughts on what I said in the video, or maybe some more questions that I didn't answer in this video. I'm gonna try to answer them down there. Also sub if you really do enjoy my content. I appreciate all the love and support on all the New World videos lately, so it does mean a lot. Guys, I hope you have a beautiful day or night, whatever time you're watching this video, and I'll see you next time.